All right, good afternoon and welcome back to our channel, Princess It. Today is a wonderful Sunday afternoon, the 20th of July 2025. And in a time when financial hardship has become the order of the day, it is not surprising that a lot of Nigerians are desperately clinging to this promise, this empowerment, and these unimaginable breakthroughs from 10,000 promises to a return of 100 million to 240,000 subscriptions, supposedly unlocking 100 billion in benefits. Now, the figures being thrown around are not only alarming but also capable of numbing your common sense. Now, if we fail to ask the right questions, your common sense is going to get numbed. Recently, that was precisely yesterday, the highly vocal and opinionated voice in the grand community, Madam Ngozi Israel, made statements that have ignited some conversations and also stirred confusion. And unfortunately, it also triggered some irrational decisions. She stated that a 10,000 naira slot could fetch up to 100 million naira in benefits, and a 240,000 naira pioneer subscription could yield a whopping 100 billion naira. Now, while a lot of people are quick to celebrate these claims, others are silently trembling under the weight of realism. The question now is, how feasible and realistic are these figures, and at what cost? Let us face it. This is not a magic vault. No disrespect to Madam Ngozi Israel or others pushing these narratives, but logic must never be silenced when emotions are running very high like it is right now. There's no doubt that Madam Ngozi Israel is passionate and sometimes could be brutally raw in her presentations, but we must remember one undeniable fact: she is not the donor. She's not the real outright NGO, and certainly not the federal government. Her job seems to end at information dissemination and perhaps emotional mobilization, but she does not hold the keys to the vaults. So why are many people putting her on a pedestal so high that if the platform does not yield according to that numbering figure, she'll be mistaken as the architect of a scam? And this is exactly where things get dangerous. The same people who are praising her today may tomorrow blame her, and indirectly blame anyone who shared her contact or referenced her voice. Many would forget that she too, and she also is relying on second-hand information and interpreting them with her own tone and bias. If the disbursement delays, people may soon say, Princess Seats gave us the number of the woman who scammed us, completely ignoring the fact that Princess Seats never claimed she was the bank, nor the paymaster. There is the culture of misplaced blame that we share. Not just in the grand ecosystem, it's a universal deal. There is the culture of misplaced blame that men share. It is common in our society to start pointing fingers when things don't go as planned. One person connects you to an opportunity, you subscribed, you expect, and when the waiting gets long and hope begins to fade, you suddenly turn against the very person who introduced you. Let's be clear. Ngozi Israel did not force anyone to subscribe, for the records. I'm also seeing it like maybe she might not be the one collecting your money directly. Maybe, as far as evidence shows, except you are paying into a private account. But more importantly, she is not wearing a donor's cap. Yet, because of how emotionally charged these promises are, people may start to forget logic and start a blame game that ends up hurting innocent advocates, the connectors, and even people like you who just shared information out of goodwill. And this is how relationships break. This is how trust collapses. Even communities built on hope get torn apart because emotions override accountability, so we must tread very carefully. Listen, the grant would come, but when? This is the bitter truth that a lot of people may not want to hear. Yes, there is hope. Yes, disbursement would happen, but when? No one knows, not even Ngozi Israel. No matter how connected someone claims to be, no one truly knows the day and time. The disbursement process could be layered with some governmental bureaucracy, international donors' conditions. Some political influence might still persist, and sometimes some wranglings, internal wranglings among the stakeholders. So, expecting anyone, no matter how passionate or loud, to pinpoint a date or exact figure, I see it as simple wishful thinking. We must learn to separate faith from fantasy. Be hopeful, yes. Be prayerful, yes, absolutely. But never you mortgage your common sense in the name of blind belief. It is not a lack of faith to question or to analyze. It is only wisdom. Now, let's get into deep realism here. The scary numbers and what sounds like an emotional traps. Now, let's analyze this objectively. If a 10,000 naira slot is going to yield 100 million, then theoretically, 1 million naira from 100 people, that would be 10,000 naira times 100, and it will yield 10 billion in payout. You're going to be yielding 10 billion naira in payouts. Now multiply that by more subscribers, and you would be running into trillions of naira just from minimal collections. The numbers don't just seem inflated, they are terrifyingly unrealistic without a traceable, verifiable donor source. Now, likewise, 240,000 naira to produce 100 billion naira. Even global development organizations like the World Bank or IMF, they are going to raise eyebrows at that kind of ratio. It's understandable that these promises are tailored to encourage participation, to build morale, to sustain patience, but when figures are thrown without a proper breakdown of the source, disbursement method, the structure of allocation, legal endorsements as it were, then we are bordering on exploitation of the desperate people. Yeah. This is Princess. In case you're new, do kindly subscribe and don't go away, because we're just going to be right back And we're going to get into more analysis by the time we come back. Thank you very much. This Prince is. In case you're new, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you don't miss out on vital updates. We'll be back in a moment. Don't touch the dial. All right, thank you. Welcome back once again. Now to start off where we dropped off, don't forget that Ngozi Israel also mentioned someone in Kaduna during her submission yesterday who was allegedly scammed of 100 million naira with a promise of 500 million in return. Now, the disturbing part is this: there was no traceable NGO that was involved. And if this story is true, and we have no reason to doubt her, that should serve as a chilling warning to anyone rushing under pressure to subscribe now before it is too late. Many people are desperate. Others are dying in silence. And when they hear figures like 100 billion naira, their minds, it kind of leap to fantasies of financial rescue. But in that emotional euphoria, critical thinking takes the backseat. People stop asking, where is this humongous amount? 100 billion to 240,000. Where is it coming from? Who is authorizing that? What platform guarantees that? Is there government oversight? Instead, they are busy asking, how do I pay fast? Prince Isid, give us the contact. Prince Isid, give us the line. Prince Isid, connect me in real terms before it closes. And this is how people get smacked in the gut. Not because they are foolish, no, but because they are desperate. See, there's a difference between desperacy and foolishness. The longevity of desperacy could lead you to certain foolish actions if it is not really, I don't want to use a word that's going to offend anyone, if it is not checked. Yes. And let's be honest, many of you rushing to subscribe now may not be doing so out of faith in the system, but out of fear of being left behind. A kind of the herd mentality is dangerous. You hear someone else has paid and you feel you too must do the same. You hear of huge profits and imagine yourself receiving alerts and blowing money across the country. But the reality is this: true empowerment is not built on blind fear, but on informed actions. Before you pay any money, ask the right questions. Ensure traceabilities. Know who you're paying to. Demand accountability. Most importantly, guard your heart, guard your pockets. Now, the final word for a balance. To Madam Ngozi Israel, your passion is admirable, your boldness is rare, but please, let us also balance our declarations with caution. If possible, always clarify that you are not the paymaster or the government. Do not let excitement push your words into dangerous promises that could be misinterpreted. And to those sharing contacts or references, always include disclaimers. Make it known that your role is simply to share and not to guarantee. That's why I've refused to share any contact right on this platform. So there's not even any point of disclaiming anything because I've not shared any contact. My position here is clear. It's very clear. My role is simply to share information to you and to all expectant beneficiaries. Remain hopeful but not gullible. Be patient but not passive. Be expectant but not reckless. Let us all work to maintain a clean and honest profile, both online and offline. Don't be a part of anyone's downfall. Don't allow emotional pressure or sweet figures to lead you into traps. The grant may come, the promises may be real, but let them meet you in wisdom, not in confusion or regret. We've come a long way. We've endured endless delays. We've faced shifting dates. We've battled emotional roller coasters. But at this point, the best thing that we can do is to protect our integrities and also resources. And much importantly, our relationships. Madam Ngozi Israel may not be your enemy, but she is not your financial messiah either. Trying to make sense of she's just a voice, one among many that is trying to make sense of a chaotic process. Whether her words become reality or not, your actions today will determine your peace tomorrow. So be wise. This is Princess. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you don't miss out on vital update. When we drop one, you definitely have one. Thank you very much. I wish you a very lovely Sunday ahead of you. Bye and God bless you.